Well, on Saturday, it's the biggest day of the meet out at Charlestown in West Virginia. 13-race program, 8 stakes races, and it will be headlined by the Grade 2 Charlestown Classic. Welcome inside our studio, everybody. Joaquin Jaime with you. Part of those 8 stakes races will be an all-stakes pick 4, which begins in race number 9. And that's what we're going to talk about this afternoon. Will be that all-stakes pick 4 beginning with the $85,000 Robert Hilton Memorial for 3-year-olds going 7/8 over the main track. And I'll make the top pick the 3 Cool Arrow. But I thought this was a pretty difficult race to go ahead and kick off this stakes sequence here. I'm going to use quite a few to start off in race number 9 using the 1, 3, the 4, the 7, and the 9. Poseidon's Prize. He's the local horse, but he's coming off a really nice win in his last start. He's still lightly raced, but he's won half of his 6 starts. Cool Arrow, he was overmatched behind Gervin in the Risen Star. Then I don't think that he liked the synthetic surface in the Rushway. This seems like a very logical spot for him, and John Velasquez gets aboard for Joe Sharp. The 4 is Liar's Dice. He was second behind Recruiting Ready 2 starts back, who came back to win the Bachelor Stakes at Oaklawn with the 95 Buyer. He'll be forwardly placed, and he's been much better in his last 2. But I like Power Walker at a little bit of a price for Tom Amos. He's coming off a maiden victory, going 2 turns, 7/8 over at Delta Downs. And then High Roller for Dale Capuano, coming out of a couple stakes races at Laurel Park, makes his local debut at Charlestown and gets Javier Castellano. The single will come in race number 10 for me. That's the $100,000 Sugar Maple Stakes going 7 furlongs. It's a 2-horse race for me. It's either the 4 Mia Tori for trainer Jorge Navarro or the 6 Kinsley Kisses for Todd Pletcher. I opted to single the 6 Kinsley Kisses, and this is what she did in her 4-year-old debut off a 7-month layoff at Gulfstream Park.
46-second half mile there into the stretch. Kinsley Kisses leads it by a length and a half. Miss Away going to make a race of it from second. 4 back to Saving Time third. Then Jamie's Dancer. Final furlong, Kinsley Kisses finding plenty up front. Miss Away tried her, but she's only second best to Kinsley Kisses, who wins it all the way. Second was Miss Away. Third was Saving Time. Then Jamie's Dancer and Conquest Dynasty.
Well, now it's going to be second start off a layoff. She suffered from bone bruising after the grade 1 test. She was given some time off. That was the performance off the 7-month layoff. She stumbled at the start, got off to an awkward beginning, but then rushed up, made the lead, went gate to wire. I thought she ran very well and is eligible to improve for the starter of Congrats, who's 3 for 7 lifetime. And John Velasquez gets back aboard for Todd Pletcher. Race number 11, the feature of the afternoon. It's the $1.2 million Grade 2 Charlestown Classic, 4-year-olds and up, going 1 mile and an 1/8. You have last year's winner, Stanford, in this race, and you have the winner of the 2014 edition in here, Imperative, who's making his 4th straight start in the Charlestown Classic, and that is my top pick. I am going to Imperative. He was defeated 22 lengths in the Santa Anita Handicap, but owner Ron Palucci said that he had an excuse that day because he lost both front shoes that afternoon at Santa Anita. Here's a look at his last victory in the Poseidon, where he outdueled Stanford.
It's Stanford on the inside. It's Imperative on the outside. A thrilling stretch run in the inaugural Poseidon. Stanford reaching, Imperative surging. It's going to be close. It's too close to call. How's that for the first Poseidon in 148-4?
Game win there by Imperative. 2 starts back. As I mentioned, he's won here at Charlestown in the past, but he should have some pace to run into, unlike the 2016 Charlestown Classic, where Stanford was able to walk on the front end, going 48-4, 113-3 for 3/4 of a mile. Stanford, he's just too talented for me to completely leave off the ticket. You could see he sort of raised his head a little bit in the stretch there of the Poseidon. That's why Todd Pletcher put the blinkers on in the Challenger Stakes. He sat just off the pace before and been successful, but that was in the Long Branch as a 3-year-old, and I get he was your 1-2 favorite, but I mentioned don't want to completely leave him off because he is very talented, but I will use Stanford, Sunny Ridge, who's gotten in better form, looking for 3 in a row, Matt King Cole, who's also going for 3 in a row, and Imperative. So 1, 2, 4, 5 for me in the Charlestown Classic. And then in the nightcap, they will close it out with the $50,000 Confucius Stay Stakes, or I should at least say the last stakes race of the day will be race number 12 in the Confucius Stay. Some real top West Virginia breds, and to me, it's either the Yates Charitable Annuity or the 9 Slip the Cable for Jeff Runco. And just to give you an idea how red hot the Runco barn has been, entering Friday at Charlestown, Jeff Runco has won with 8 of his last 9 starters. And Slip the Cable will be reported as a first-time gelding, but it appears that he is working well on paper. I'll make him the top pick, but I will go charitable annuity and Slip the Cable in that 12th at Charlestown. One more look at my ticket, just a $20 play for the All Stakes Pick 4 on Saturday at Charlestown.